Get ready, Outlander fans. The time has come. The final thread unravels as Outlander Season 8 brings the epic saga of Jamie and Claire Fraser to a breathtaking close. As past and future collide, the Frasers face their most perilous battle yet, not just for survival, but to cement a legacy that will echo through the ages. Will love conquer all, or will history demand one last sacrifice? Prepare for a riveting farewell, where destiny, heartbreak, and the indelible mark of family converge in the conclusion of television's most timeless romance. For over a decade, Outlander has swept audiences across centuries, continents, and the unyielding power of a love that defies time itself. Now in the highly anticipated Season 8, the Fraser legacy concludes. The curtain prepares to fall on Jamie and Claire Fraser's extraordinary journey, a tale woven with passion, sacrifice, and the relentless pull of history. From the windswept cliffs of the Scottish Highlands to the blood-soaked battlefields of a fledgling America, their lives have become legend. But as the final chapter unfolds, the Frasers must confront the ultimate test, securing their family's future in a world where the past never truly releases its grip. Old enemies resurface, new alliances fracture, and the shadows of war loom darker than ever. Yet amid the chaos, the heart of Outlander remains the unbreakable bond between Jamie and Claire, a beacon of hope in an era of upheaval. As secrets unravel and destinies collide, every choice carries the weight of legacy. What sacrifices will define their enduring mark on history? And when the dust settles, what remains of a love that refused to bend to the tides of time? Outlander Season 8. The Fraser legacy concludes centers on the weight of legacy, how love, sacrifice, and resilience ripple through generations, even as time threatens to erase them. At its core, the season grapples with the tension between preserving history and surrendering to its tides, asking what endures when empires fall, battles fade, and lives end. For Jamie and Claire Fraser, whose love has defied eras and empires, the final fight is not for survival, but for meaning. Their journey, intertwined with revolution, loss, and unyielding devotion, culminates in a reckoning with mortality, memory, and the marks they leave on those who inherit their world. The season opens in 1810, with Jamie and Claire settled at Fraser's Ridge, their hard-won peace threatened by the looming War of 1812. A wounded messenger arrives with dire news. Jamie's illegitimate son, William, has been captured by British forces, who are suspicious of his loyalties. Meanwhile, Brianna and Roger wrestle with a life-altering choice: stay in the past with their children, or risk returning to the future to shield them from the coming storm. Claire, haunted by visions of her own death, becomes fixated on a Native American artifact, a stone carving of a woman with surgeon's tools. She believes it holds secrets about time travel and the Fraser fate. Her investigation suggests the artifact may mark the location of a hidden portal in the Appalachians, tying her family's destiny to forces beyond their understanding. As Jamie organizes a rescue mission for William, old wounds reopen. Lionel Brown, long thought dead, resurfaces, leading a British-backed militia and reigniting his vendetta against Claire. Lord John Grey arrives at the Ridge, torn between his loyalty to the crown and his affection for Jamie's family, straining Jamie and Claire's marriage as buried truths about William's parentage surface. In the 1980s, Mandy Mackenzie, Brianna and Roger's adult daughter, discovers Claire's journals in a Scottish estate. She begins unraveling clues about the artifact and her family's connection to time travel. Her quest mirrors Claire's, pulling her toward the past in ways she cannot yet grasp. Jamie's rescue of William becomes a brutal reckoning, forcing father and son to confront years of estrangement. William renounces his British title to fight for the American cause, cementing his place in the Fraser legacy, but painting a target on his back. Back at the Ridge, Claire's health deteriorates as her visions grow more vivid. She confides in Roger, revealing the artifact is not just a portal, but a tombstone for a time traveler who sacrificed herself to close a rift in time. Claire becomes convinced her own death is necessary to protect her family, a revelation that shatters Jamie. War erupts in earnest, transforming Fraser's Ridge into a battleground. Jamie and Claire lead there. The community mounts a desperate defense against Lionel Brown's forces and British soldiers. Amid the chaos, Claire locates the artifact in a cave beneath Fraser's Ridge, its eerie glow confirming her theories. In a parallel timeline, Mandy travels to the 18th century, aided by a young Ian Murray, their connection hinting at a new chapter in the Fraser saga. The season's climax arrives as Claire's vision comes to pass. She is mortally wounded while shielding Jamie in battle. He carries her to the cave, where the artifact pulses with energy. Claire insists her death will seal the temporal rift, but Jamie refuses to let her go. Mandy appears, guided by Ian, and reveals that Claire's sacrifice is not an end, but a transference of power. In a haunting sequence, Claire's life force merges with the artifact, closing the rift but leaving her body lifeless. Devastated, Jamie vows to uphold their legacy. William kills Lionel Brown, ending his reign of terror, while Brianna and Roger choose to remain in the past. Mandy returns to her time, carrying Claire's medical tools and a letter for future generations. The story closes in 2023, with an elderly Mandy unveiling a monument in Scotland to Claire's memory. As she places Claire's tools in a museum, a ghostly Jamie appears beside her, smiling. Their voices echo with wedding vows as the camera lingers on their graves at Fraser's Ridge, now blanketed in wildflowers. The artifact's faint glow pulses one last time. The Fraser legacy in Outlander Season 8 is a profound narrative of love, sacrifice, and resilience, stretching across generations and centuries. It is rooted in the union of Jamie and Claire Fraser, whose love defies the constraints of time and extends far beyond their immediate bloodline to encompass those bound to them by loyalty, choice, and shared purpose. Their legacy is not merely a family tree, but a living testament to the enduring impact of ordinary lives on history's grand tapestry. At its core, the legacy begins with Jamie and Claire's children and descendants. William Ransom, Jamie's illegitimate son, embodies the struggle between privilege and moral duty. Once a British aristocrat, he renounces his title to fight alongside American revolutionaries, symbolizing the Fraser commitment to justice over comfort. Brianna and Roger Mackenzie, Claire and Jamie's daughter and son-in-law, anchor the lineage in the past by choosing to remain in the 18th century, despite the dangers, ensuring their children, Mandy and Jamie, inherit Claire's time-traveling gene and the family's unyielding spirit. Mandy, as an adult in the 1980s, becomes a bridge between eras. She discovers Claire's journals and unlocks secrets about the family's connection to time travel. Her journey mirrors Claire's, blending curiosity with courage, as she navigates the past with the help of Ian Murray, a steadfast ally who, though not a Fraser by blood, exemplifies the legacy's theme of chosen family. Sacrifice weaves through every thread of the Fraser story. Claire's death in the final season is not an end, but a transcendent act. Merging her life force with an ancient time travel artifact, she closes a temporal rift to protect her descendants, cementing her role as both healer and martyr. Jamie, shattered by her loss, vows to uphold their legacy, embodying the Gaelic ideal of Tulachas, standing firm as a guardian of what matters most. William's rejection of his British identity to fight for the American cause, and Brianna and Roger's choice to forsake the modern world for the past, further underscore the legacy's foundation in selflessness. Historically, the Frasers shape pivotal moments often invisible in textbooks. Their defense of Fraser's Ridge during the War of 1812 becomes a microcosm of America's struggle for independence. Claire's 20th century medical knowledge, preserved in her journals and tools, influences future generations through Mandy's work as a historian. The family also becomes custodians of Scottish culture in the New World, preserving Gaelic traditions and Jacobite resilience amid displacement and conflict. Love and time intertwine as the legacy's heartbeat. Jamie and Claire's vows to love each other always transcend death, manifesting in a ghostly reunion centuries later. The mysterious stone carving of a surgeon, revealed to depict Claire, serves as both portal and tombstone, symbolizing how love anchors the Fraser family across eras. Identity and belonging are recurring struggles. William's internal crisis, torn between his British upbringing and Fraser roots, mirrors the broader theme of belonging as a choice, not a birthright. Mandy, straddling two timelines, embodies the tension between past and future, while Brianna and Roger's decision to remain in the 18th century reflects a rejection of comfort in favor of familial truth. The legacy's conclusion is both intimate and eternal. In 2023, an elderly Mandy unveils a monument in Scotland honoring Claire as a healer, warrior, and timeless soul, ensuring her contributions endure beyond Fraser's Ridge. Jamie and Claire's graves, nestled in the wilds of their beloved homestead, become a quiet symbol of a legacy rooted in land and love. Mandy's letter to her unborn children distills the legacy's essence. We are Frasers not by name alone, but by the choices we make, to love fiercely, to fight for what's right, and to trust that time will carry our stories forward. Ultimately, the Fraser legacy is not a relic of the past, but a living force. It thrives in William's courage, Mandy's curiosity, Brianna's resilience, and in the quiet strength of those who carry their name or ideals. As the final season closes, the legacy whispers that love, like time, is boundless. It bends, breaks, and rebuilds, but never truly ends. The final moments of Outlander Season 8 unfold with a quiet, aching beauty, binding centuries of love, loss, and resilience into a single enduring truth. As Jamie cradles Claire's lifeless body in the ancient Appalachian cave, the artifact's light fades, sealing the temporal rift, and with it, the door to the past. The ridge, scarred by war but still standing, becomes a silent witness to the Frasers' final chapter. Jamie buries Claire beneath a grove of white pines, her grave marked not by stone, but by the surgical tools she carried across time. He lives out his days as guardian of their legacy, tending to the land and the stories of those they loved. Years later, as an old man, he lies down beneath the same trees, clutching her faded shawl, and closes his eyes one last time. The wind stirs the leaves, and for a heartbeat, Claire's laughter echoes, a whisper of reunion beyond the veil. In the 1980s, Mandy Mackenzie publishes Claire's journals, revealing her grandmother's journey as a healer, a time traveler, and a woman who rewrote history's margins. The book becomes a global sensation, but Mandy keeps one secret: the carved stone artifact, now dormant, hidden in a vault beneath the Scottish estate where her journey began. The series' final scene returns to Fraser's Ridge in 1833. Brianna and Roger, their hair streaked with silver, gather their grandchildren around a fire. Jemmy strums a lute, singing a Gaelic ballad Jamie once taught him, while Mandy's children play near Claire's overgrown grave. The camera lingers on the carving, now half buried in moss, its surface faintly shimmering. The final episode unfolds like a whispered benediction, weaving together threads of love, loss, and immortality. On Fraser's Ridge, autumn leaves fall gently over Claire's grave, marked not by stone, but by her weathered surgical kit in a single white rose, Jamie's last pledge. Though his hair is silver and his frame bowed by years, Jamie sits beside her resting place, a journal open in his hands. He reads aloud Claire's final entry. To love is to etch your soul into the world. Time may steal us, but it cannot unbind us. As the sun dips below the horizon, Jamie's breathing slows. His hand brushes the rose, and a soft smile graces his face. The wind carries the scent of lavender, Claire's touch, as his eyes close. The screen fades, and for a fleeting moment, they reappear. Young again, standing hand in hand on the cliffs of Craig na Dun, their laughter mingling with the roar of the sea. Decades later, in 1985, an elderly Mandy Mackenzie steps into a Scottish museum, her granddaughter beside her. They pause at a new exhibit: Claire Beauchamp Fraser, Healer Across Time. Displayed under glass are Claire's journals, her surgical tools, and the mysterious stone carving, its glow long dimmed. Mandy places a handwritten note atop the display, a letter Claire had penned for her the night before the final battle. It reads, "Carry our stories but never our sorrows. The best of us lives in what you choose to fight for." The scene shifts to Fraser's Ridge in 1835. Brianna and Roger, their faces lined with age but their eyes still bright, gather their family for a sail. Jemmy's children danced to the Sky Boat song, played on Jamie's ancient fiddle. Young Mandy, Brianna's fiery-haired granddaughter, tugs Roger's sleeve and asks, "Tell me again about Granda Jamie and the witch who loved him through time." As Roger begins the tale, the camera drifts to the forest's edge, where two spectral figures watch, Jamie and Claire, their forms luminous and ageless. Easter eggs, character breakdowns, and exclusive theories about what's next for the Fraser Legacy universe. Spoilers and time travel fan theories incoming. Comment below. What moment from the finale wrecked you the most? Could you have made Claire's sacrifice? Let's geek out together. This clan is stronger when we chat. Smash that like button if Jamie and Claire's love story deserves a permanent spot in your soul. Show some love. Likes help our channel survive the Droughtlander. Share this with your fellow fans. Tag an Assassinic or Highlander who needs to ugly cry over this finale with you. Let's make sure no one faces the end of an era alone. Next up, Claire's Journals Decoded, the real history behind Season 8's artifact. Sam Houken's secret, Goodbye to Jamie Fraser, a behind-the-scenes emotional tribute. Thank you for being part of this incredible fandom. Whether you're Team Jamie, Team Claire, or just here for the time travel chaos, you're why we do this. Stay strong, Math Warriors. The story lives on, as long as we remember.